What's going on, YouTube? William Barry here, coming at you live with another video. Apparently, NF released a new album, and a lot of people are giving him a hard time over it. That's crazy. I know I haven't really fucked with NF since The Search. Fucking banger album though, but like I didn't fuck with it. You know what I mean? Anyway, yeah. I say we get into it. Now, just with a warning, I am a writer, a shitty AI musician, and a League of Legends player, Warframe player, and React commentator. Anyway, and I'm also an outspoken atheist and someone who is dabbles in politics. So me and NF probably disagree on a lot of things, but I would argue we probably agree on a lot more than people would give us credit. Anyway, today, an atheist is going to watch some of NF's videos, and we're going to find out if NF is slipping. Because, like, The Search was a fire fucking track, dude. And he had about, like, 7 fucking total bangers on that album. So, I'm excited because it's been a long time. I wrote this motherfucker off on his next album. I listened to, like, 2 songs on that one and was like, I'm done, bro. You know what I mean?
Hello, darkness, my old friend. Hello. Knocking at my door again, begging me to come outside.
Bro, it's been like 4 years since I've listened to NF, bro. This is like a weird fucking trip for me, dog.
Let you back into my life. Now, usually I'd be strong enough to lock the doors and keep them shut, but not today. I'm desperate. So go ahead and come on in.
Bro, I forgot how good of like an actor he is and how much he can relay with his body movement. And as someone who hasn't dabbled with this motherfucker in years, seeing him opening the doors to the mansion again, I don't know, bro. That's a dangerous game. Maybe this is what people are a little shocked about. But like, if you want him to make more work, he's got to put himself in that drama, dude. Again, don't know what the fuck's going on. Don't even care.
So go ahead and come on in. So go ahead and come on in. OCD is worse than ever, hands are bleeding. Maybe I should take the pills, don't know what's going on with me. Some days I actually think I might be schizo.
Okay, maybe this is like he's doing like this. His voice is a little different here. I'm not saying it's bad. It's missing that like dramatic tension and that like thunderous slap that it used to have. But you know, my boy is probably not as aggressive anymore, bro. We age, homie.
Frantic, probably not, but even writing this is making me begin to spiral. Oh, God. Made a promise to myself I wouldn't let the fear back in, but then I did, though. Told the world that I was sick of running, then went back to running. What a joke.
I do like that, dude. He does always have deep lines, bro. My boy does go hard with absolute banger bars, bro. But it's not like just to sound good, bro. Like he be hitting some shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, me too. I thought I finally made a breakthrough. Guess not. It's the same song and dance. You've all seen it before. Darkness holds out its hand, then we walk to the floor. Every decision made isn't mine anymore. Like a poem.
I like this, bro. Because like there's like a way that you can break this down that I think people could understand in a fun way. One, music is a universal fucking language that like transcends our ability to like explain to one another things. Like it just transcends language itself. It's raw. It's this creative force that can push people in varying different directions, even though it's the same lines are spoken by different people, even in the same tone, bro. one thing that you could take into this is like something that I like to talk a lot about is Sigmund Freud and his idea of the self, um, the ego, the superego, and the id. The id is a lot more than a lot of people give it credit for. It's not just like the pulse that drives you to like want, absorb, consume, desire. It's also completely ruled by fear. A lot of us build up animosities in our life through fear. Like, you don't have to go very far, and not to get political, but just look at any MAGA guy today. They're like pure hatred for the trans community for little to no reason is insane. Now, most of the time they'll tell you they don't like it, they're against it, whatever. But anyone with any capability of thought would understand that these people are just being irrational. And more importantly, they're afraid of something that they don't understand. It's just that simple. And they manifest that fear in ways that are, fight or flight. Sometimes being in a fuck you, I'm going to fight back mode is fear. Your response to that fear is just anger, aggression, and gravitas. Bolsterness, you're bolstering defenses. Fear dictates much of what we do. There's a thing I talk about a lot in my reactions about how we're not really in charge of the ship that we're piloting. Not fully. We are merely a passenger in the vessel that is known as us. We have hungers that are outside of our control. We have wants and desires that we didn't pick, nor did we dictate to our body. People are attracted to things beyond their comprehension. People are a complicated, messy mosaic of different thoughts, wants, and desires, all, colliding into a supercomputer called your brain. And your brain has two different hemispheres that has two different conversations with itself at all times. There are so many things that you can come to understand about the self when you come to understand your id, or whatever you might want to call that. Other philosophers have gone down different rabbit holes, but the universal concept is that we are not solely in charge of the ship that we're sailing across the ocean with. You know what I mean? Like, you can't be. Like, when you're hungry, you're more likely to be angry. You say things all the time in responses that you don't mean. Why do you think, even though it's cliche as hell, sorry, I didn't mean what I said? It could have been like a triggered response based off of like emotional input, or even outside circumstances causing an internal reaction. We do things all the time, and we know this to be true because we often even allow people sometimes to claim insanity for crimes that they commit if they have no previous record, Sorry, that was a long tangent, but like coming to understand the forces that are going on constantly vying for control in you is one of the first steps to coming to like understand your place in the world. This is why people like Jordan Peterson gained such a huge traction on the internet initially. He didn't talk about rights, he talked about responsibility and what control we could shepherd throughout our lives. And even though those changes might be small on a grand scale, it doesn't matter. They were in fact changes that were worth making. And you could make some kind of material change to the existence that you're currently in. And no matter what you are in life, your size, your obesity, your weakness, your impurities, none of those matter, because you can say, no matter how useless you think I am, I enacted change on our environment. And that's something to be proud of. Anyway, sorry about that.
Be with strings, I just don't have a choice. What's the truth? What's a lie? Help me, God, help me, Lord. Face your fears, dry your eyes. Grandma died, what's the point? Lost the keys, lost my hope, lost my will, lost my joy, lost a friend, lost my hope, lost my faith, lost my boy.
What's he gonna say is that I found Jesus. God, I hate Christians. Dope. Okay.
Standing back, watching my mansion burn to ash while I hold the gas can, asking God if he started this fire.
Is my boy having a struggle with his faith? As much as I would hate to see him change as a person, if you can break free from the clutches of an oppressive religion, please try. But also, do what you think is best for you, brother.
Is this what you wanted? Is this what you wanted? Make all my hopes and my dreams come to life just to lay them to rest. Is this what you wanted? Is this what you wanted? Give me a false sense of peace just to show me what peace really is.
Give me a false sense of peace just to show me what peace really is. I can't think of another way of reading that other than that peace is death. And I can't think of a more peaceful thing than death. Oh, I left that chat box open. What? Sorry about that, guys. Shwing. We were streaming earlier today. Your worried mind thinks about so many things you don't even register it half the time. Your mind is running. The remnants of those thoughts are often called dreams, drifting around in your subconscious, bouncing from wall to wall within the hollow halls of your mind. Your mind is a very complicated thing. When you lose faith, your mind must rebuild. We need a network of safety. We need some level of understanding and grounding. And the way that we do that is by knowing and orientating. No, I'm not saying this word correctly, and my brain is not working. This is why you don't get high before reactions, bro. You need to you need to pinpoint your place in the universe. And that's what religion often does. It's the biggest boon to religion, other than giving you like a structural way to view the world and an epistemic view of right from wrong and how to view the world. It fills in all of the gaps in this perfect little package just built for control. But the thing that it does the best is it gives you grounding. It gives you a place to exist in the now. You know where you go when you die, so you don't have to pontificate about what tomorrow might hold and where your loved ones are. You don't have to worry about legacy, because by doing such things, you are abating God and you're feeding into an ego. All of these things make you docile, but when you pull the veil away, the level of fuck, peace can only come in death. Our curse is self-reflection, thought, consciousness. The thing that gives us life is also the thing that generates all pain in our life. Peace comes at the sweet release of responsibility. Whoa.
Is this what you want now? On the verge, on the edge. Is this what you want now? Petrified, scared to death. Is this what you want now? Praying to God, desperate. Is this what you want now? what you wanted? Is this what you wanted? Hanging on by a thread. Is this what you wanted? Empty heart, nothing left. Is this what you wanted? Breaking down, spiraling. Is this what you wanted? What you wanted? Is this what you wanted? Need that? Is this what you wanted? My head is just what you wanted. To ask, is this what you wanted? What you wanted? Is this what you wanted? The gas, is this what you wanted? Is this what you wanted? Started, is this what you wanted? What you wanted?
Mm. So is he killing off the version of himself that was holy? I don't think it's going to be that simple. I don't think he's going to just go, I don't believe in God now. I don't think it's something that simple. As an atheist, I'm wondrous about a journey where he questions God. But if you've ever met a religious person, questioning God is a part of their religion. It's a part of what makes them who they are. A good Christian is someone who doesn't just follow the orthodoxy, but comes to understand it by questioning. The problem is that sometimes by doing so, established religions have a fucking cow. Religion is no more than a personal relationship with whatever you choose to believe in as God. Now, organized religion is this development of doing this shit in a public place because it makes more of a group thought. I don't know why people are going after NF these days. That was not a bad song. It wasn't his best song, but it expressed a lot of things. There were a few lines in there that talked about watching friends die, which is unfortunately the side effect as time continues to go. More and more tragedies will happen in your life. Again, death being a sweet piece. He watched his grandmother die. He'd gotten a lot of stuff before him and been given numerous opportunities to be an incredibly successful individual, and he accomplished so many of his dreams. But then he hit that cold, harsh reality that people are insufferable creatures, and we like to paint ourselves as villains. Or not villains, but what's the word I'm looking for? Victims. We find a way to victimize ourselves regardless of our circumstance. And it's not very hard to do because we have very fragile egos. That's not to make light of NF's journey, brother. He's had an incredible run as an artist, you know. And I'm pretty sure he feels real legitimate pain every day. I'm not to diminish that. I'm just saying that, like, once you accomplish everything, you realize that the pursuit of perfection, the only thing that can ever remain is the pursuit itself. Spoken by fucking Victor from goddamn Arcane. That's right, I dropped some video game bullshit on you, motherfucker. Anyway, that's going to be it for me today, guys. I'm going to jump out of here. More NF to come. I like my boy, and if he's doing some new shit, I got to see where it's going. And I bet you by the end of it, he's going to be like, I love Jesus. I put his dick in my mouth. I know he's going to, because questioning God is just a cool way to make his audience go, woo. And then he's going to be like, oh, actually, bro, I like God even. I'm literally gay for God. Anyway, the game. You just got played, bitch. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace the fuck out.
I used to wake up like the world was mine. Now it's just morning again. Used to talk like dreams could bend the sky. Now I just grow till it ends.